Hello, my favorite CopperCube people. Let's make a walking simulator today. Um, we're not making the whole thing, obviously. I'm just showcasing the new extensions which I made. And we're gonna start from scratch, add some behaviors here and there, see if it works. Let's just start because I don't have that much time today. We'll remove default cube and then let's just add the room. They're not using any, like, I'm not doing coding, I'm not doing modeling, anything like that. I'm just, using building stuff. I also prepared some, which one I wanted to use this one. I prepared some textures and some models and so on. So I don't have to do that much. I just have to, drop them into CopperCube and see if it works for a wall. It looks right. And let's also do ceiling. I'm not sure if the ceiling will look fine. It's like, looks like, I don't think this one is working actually. Let's just do some default one. So this one, let's do this one and see how it works. So wall height is set to 1, floor is set, everything's set. Just have like pretty basic square room. I think it looks great. It's exactly what I need. Let's also put it to 0 coordinate and let's move it a bit so it's sort of like on the level with 0 somehow. Like it will be, I guess it will be 14 or something. Looks nice. Yes, we're done. No, of course we're not. Let's just add some point light here. Let's make this dynamic for now. So we have some, oops. So we have some style. Doesn't look too bad. Let's make light smaller. And also let's make it not white, but probably a bit more like bluish. Something like that. Yeah, I think it works fine. And so the main issue which I had with CopperCube, with setting up games like that, is that you don't have that many tools which allows you to build the interfaces and build communications with the world. There's like this click. If you left click on stuff, do something, but it's only left click and it doesn't allow you to show any, messages or something like that. And these extensions, they're going to fix it. But first, let's just set up the camera. We have the first person camera. We will put it, of course, to 0 as usual. We will also put our target to 0. Then we will move it somewhere on the axis like that. Let's just test the game, make sure everything works. Yeah, it looks nice. Moves too fast. So let's just switch speed to something like 0.33 like that. And also I will disable jump because, I mean, in these games you usually don't jump, you just walk. It's not a jumping simulator, right? Looks not that bad. So now let's just think about how we want, to interact with the world. Let's say in the world here, we will have like a door, which will be right there maybe. So let's make the door the simplest available way. We just add the cube. And I also have, oops, I have a door texture right here, and I will apply it to the cube like that. Do I need to rotate it maybe? So like I don't know. No, I don't have to rotate it actually. I'll just put it, just don't like the handle from on this side. Let's just put the door that way. So we will have it like that here. Let's just scale it a bit. So it's sort of a normal proportion. And it's not too big, not too small. I'm not sure how to make it not too big or small, like that. And let's just see how it looks in game. So yeah, we have a door. It's properly sized. Let's also make it dynamic for now. And here, let's say we also have like a box here, and on the box there is a key, and you need to open the door with the key. So you pick up the key and then you open the door and move to the next scene. Usually you can do it with click on object and then do something, change variable, and then the door will be open. It's pretty much the same approach, but it will have all the like full how's it called, helper text and so on. So let's just make a wooden box, dynamic material, put it right here somewhere. Let's just rotate it also a bit. Now let's add a key, which is a mesh. I also have right here, and we need to have it textured, so we need a texture for it. It's a key texture right there. Put it right here, dynamic. Let's move it on the top of the box. I can see a thing. I can see a thing. There is it. So it's like no. Um. Yeah, I have these issues, with navigation. So I just copy. I'll just copy there it is and just put it right there, and then we just need to put it on top of the box like that, and also rotate somehow. It looks perfect. If it's not hanging in the air, it's fine for me. So, looks not that bad that way. Maybe a collider of player is too big, but I won't fix it for this demo. So now, what do we need to do? First of all, we need to set up some additional things. In our new 3D scene, I will start by adding my before first drawing, and then adding my uh, register interactable manager. This will register manager. It also requires some additional nodes to be on your scene. So player node, this is the first person camera, static camera node. This one is a static camera which is used for showing messages and so on. So you're not able to move while reading the message, for example. Crosshair, uh, usually you have a crosshair. If you want it to be hidden or shown, you can also specify it here. And also, this is the message box which will show the node. It's also have like detector distance. So if it's like which distance player can see things, so not see interactive things. So if it's like too far, you can make it smaller and so on. And also interaction key. um, this is a key code of E on the keyboard, so I use E to interact. And also, if it's not, I call it a gameplay scenes and non-gameplay scenes. So gameplay scenes, it's a regular scene there, you just walk around, interact with stuff, and non-gameplay is something else. Let's, for example, you have a puzzle. Let's say you have a puzzle, and uh, you make it a separate scene, and you don't have obviously like a first person camera there, so you don't, so this is not a regular gameplay scene. You need to check this out then if you don't use it on for these scenes. Yeah, but anyway, I actually need to stop this node. So first of all, I can put the word camera one in the extension, but I'll just rename my camera to player. I also will clone it and add static here, and I will remove all extensions because I don't need them on the clone. So now I have two of these set up, and I also need a crosshair and interactable message. So crosshair, this is pretty simple. I will create a 2D overlay. Let me also create a folder and name it hood, and I put it there. I will call it crosshair. I'm not sure. Like I think I call it the same way here inside the like preset value. Yes, I think it's the same. So I'll also copy the interactable message for now. And I will just use the whole screen overlay, so it will be 100%, 100%. And I will add an image, this one. And I also need to not to draw the background, so it will look like that. And I will hide it because I don't need it to be shown. The extension will automatically show it in case you're allowed to move. And I will also need another one, which will be for showing text. So I just go to 2D overlay. Let's shape it a bit. I would say 0. I would say 100. Oh, it actually looks fine on this position, I think. And we don't need background, but we need a text. And text, let's say I like some font. I think this one is quite nice. And maybe 60, maybe even 80. 18, I mean, and text. So it will look like key and then E, something like that. So you know that there is a key, you're looking at the key and you can pick it up. I think it looks fine. And we also need to have it named the same way as it is named inside the register extension. So now everything should be registered and we will have all the nodes, so there are no errors. As you can see, the crosshair became visible. Let's just actually make our player a bit thinner. So let's say size 4 and 4 because it's so far from the box. And yeah. So now the fun part. We need to register this key as an interactable. For that, I also have a behavior. We go here and add register interactable behavior like that. We put text here, so it will be like key. And if player interacts with it, you can also set up some sort of action here. We won't set up any action for now, but let's just see if it works. So now if I'm looking at the key, it just says me key, press E. And if I press it, nothing happens and I just switch to static camera and that's it for now. Basically you can go anywhere because action is not set up. But what we can do now, we can just say, okay, we pick up the key needs to be removed from the scene, the variable should be changed, and we can open the door now. For that, we also need a variable, and I will configure variable using my CopperCube variables editor, which I also like really much, very much like it. So let's just add a new extension, call it vars for xtest, and let's just add one here. We will say it's like room 0 key door state, and we will say first of all, I also added the description field, so you can put a description of what your variable means, and I will say here the states which this variable can have. So it could be like no key when player doesn't have any key. It could be has key, and it could be also unlocked for the door. And by default, it will be no key, right? And yeah, now we need to save it and export. And now we go back to editor, refresh plugins, go to our before the first thing, and we will do parse for X test like that. So now, as soon as user interacts with the key, we're going to show him a message, him or her, a message, and say that the key is picked up. So let's just do show dialog message here, and we will say a little key, I need it. And it should be shown on some sort of node. And this node is also, you can use anything basically for that, but I'm going to also create a message, some sort of like message node here. I will just copy this one. I will call this like general message, and I'll put some text here so I understand what I'm doing. Let's just move it slightly below 0. And oh, I didn't move the right one. Oops, like that. Let's just move it here. Maybe there. Maybe make it a bit like that. No, it's just too much. 0. Yeah, I think it looks fine. And also let's give it some color, like some bluish thing. It has like a bluish lighting, something like that. Maybe even more bluey, like that. I think it's good. I think it will do. Maybe darker, like that. Okay. And we also don't have to show it, and we don't also have to have any text on it. We'll just call it general message, and this one will be used for showing all the messages which we have in the game. Not all, you can use different ones, but this one will be used in this particular case. So we just say general message, and it will say, and we also have an action on complete. We won't set up it for now, but just go away if you plan inside. So we click on E, and it just says, "There's a little key, I need it." Now, if you press E, it will just close it, but the key isn't set up, and obviously variable isn't set. Let's fix it. Let's go here and set action on complete. First of all, we need to set up variable. We need to change the variable. So we say this variable value, which is room 1 door state. We change it to has key now. Oops, there's an additional character here. I actually just realized that I didn't even. Yeah, I did it. Set up it. Yes. Okay. So this also could be executed conditionally. So, for example, you have. I will show it you with the door. It will be obvious with the door. I promise. Okay. So now, and also, yeah, we need to remove the key, not to reset the variable. So we go here and we go scripted behavior, and we need the one which says, oh, oh no, I'm not in the right place. No, I am in the right place. I forgot how I named it. It will be something delete interactable. So it will just delete the key. Let's see if it works. Once again, so we just go to the box, find the key, press E. Now you get the key. You can also play like a pickup sound or something like that. And now we need to be able to interact with the doors. And here we need this, sort of like conditional variables. Let's first of all find that it is in structure. It's this one. And also let's call it like door 0, so we don't. So it's not confusion anymore. It's not called cube, basically, just something else. And also just let's register this interactable here. We will say it's like door. Oops. To interact, and on interaction we will have 3 different actions, right? We will have 3 different conditions for the door. First of all, we don't have a key, and we say that in this case variable with this value or with this name has value no key. In this case we just show the message, and we're going to show the message which says it is locked, and we need to still specify not to show this one general message like that. Let's see if it works. So now if you go to the door, it says the door, and it didn't work because what? No key? Because of I have it like I have it not properly set here. Yes, just additional symbol. And let's do it again. So it was because of the character. Door is locked. Now let's somehow unlock it, I guess. So we need to register another behavior here. Register interactable. We also say that this is a door. If this room 0 door state is has key now, in this case we will say I have a key. I will say unlocked now, and we will just unlocked, and we will switch to another scene. Let's do it like that. So we go here. We say scripted action. We say show dialog message. It will be unlocked. General not to show. It will be not to show. It will be general message, and action on complete. We actually need to switch to another scene. I don't have any scene, so I'll just for demo. Since I'm running out of time, I'll just create any scene. I'll just call it final, and I will also rename this one to room 0, I guess. Final 0. Okay, and after it is unlocked, we also can switch to another scene. So we have here has key. First of all, we are also updating our variable. let's not forget about it. So we have this room 0 state, and we say that the door state is now unlocked, like that. And okay, and we also need to switch scene. So let's just go to here and say switch to scene. We also don't use the regular one because interactable messenger and manager and so on. So we have to use the one I provide. And here I will say just final, I think I called it. And also, since it's not a gameplay scene, so there is no gameplay, there is no FPS camera and so on, I need to uncheck this one, but I won't. So I show you the error, what happens there. Nothing bad, but I mean, it's still not that nice. So let's go to the door, press E, it is locked. Let's go here, there's our key. I need it, we pick up the key, go back. And now it says unlocked, and we go to another scene. As you can see, we receive also some error messages, and this is happening because we don't have this this gameplay scene set up. So if you just uncheck it and try again, open the door, unlocked. As you can see now, everything is clear. So no errors, no nothing. Everything works fine. And let's also say we can go back and forth from door back to the room and so on. So we have a third state for that. Let's register another one, interactable. So we also say like the door E and room state this one, and we say like it's the last state which we have, which is unlocked. Put it here. In that case, we don't have to say it's unlocked anymore. We just just go through the door, right? So let's just go here and say, where is it? Switch to scene, and scene will be final. And we say it's not a gameplay scene, or okay, like that. And we also need a way to get from final back to our regular scene. So here I will add, oh no, not this one. When keys pressed do something. So if you press on, I don't know, F key, in this case, we will just, where is it? Switch to scene, and we will say like room 0 here. And it's important to check what this is a gameplay scene. So we will get all controls and everything back like that. And let's just start it from 1 again and see if everything works. So we have the door. If it knock into it, it says the door is locked. We pick up the key. Now we open the door. It's unlocked. We are on this scene. We can switch back. So we walk here and so on. And also, if you just press on the door right now, right away again, we will just switch without any message. And we can basically just go back and forth and see stuff. And yeah, this is, I think it's pretty much straightforward, and I think it's really easy to set up. And also, yeah, then one other feature. I wanted to have a brief up about for that, but I actually forgot. But I'm going to show you this anyway. So as you can see right now, if for example we go to the door and key, and we go from this scene back to our regular scene, it will just set camera in the last position it was. And you would expect it to be like that, right? So it just shows you like where you, so you point like the direction you just came in. And for that, there is another thing which you can do, and you need a helper node for that. I'm just going to use this one, but it's not that obvious, but we'll just try to figure out. And we'll call it like pointer 0. It doesn't have collision, it doesn't occlude light, and we will have the door position. We will copy it to our pointer like that, move it somewhere in front of the door, so it's something like this. And we can specify this node position and rotation as a target for the camera then switching scenes. So for example, if I go back to scene final and behaviors, and here I would say, so switch to scene, and then pointer node name, I say pointer 0, like that. So now if I just start here and go, oops, what? Yeah, it's because we don't have interactable manager defined on this page, so we have to unfortunately do the whole thing from the beginning. So key, go here, press F. As you can see, it sort of sets me to the direction, but not the exact direction I want. I need to rotate the cube a bit. Cube, please rotate like that, and let's just say it's what it is. It should be 90 degrees, and we can also make it hidden, so it's just a pointer. I would prefer to have like a, like a pointing thing, some sort of like 3D mesh pointing somewhere to know like if it works or not. But actually, yes, also another thing, you can, as you can see right now, so it doesn't have like this interactable manager. It says there's an error. You can add interactable manager many times on any scenes. It will only register once. So we can just register not this one. I'll go to final before I'm sort of stuck with talking and doing stuff. We can just register it again, but we also need to specify that this scene is not a gameplay scene. Otherwise, it will show an error for us. So now, if we go here and what? Why? Well, it works now. What? I didn't get it. Well, anyway, there's some bugs. There should be bugs, right? So now, if we go back from the door, as you can see, it points me to the correct direction. And also you can specify, let's just, I don't know what's happened. I need to investigate, but I mean, early access. Um, so now, like if you get out of the door, you can see you're pointed the right direction, which you would expect. There's also some other stuff which I don't cover in this video. So I made some, and I will also record some sort of like full screen demo, but you got the idea. I think it's pretty nice. I think it's like I'm sort of really happy about the outcome, and yeah, I'll just push it as it is somewhere. You can test it, and if there are any bugs or you want something to be added, you think some features would be nice, please also let me know, because I'm sort of a bit, a bit excited about this thing, a bit excited about how it works. It will just simplify process for me quite a lot, because I don't have to do that much coding, and I also have some limitations, so not that much feature creep anymore. Anyway, we keep it under 30 minutes today, and yeah, thank you for watching. Just check the extension, see if it works for you. See you next time.